Good morning. I think I'm live. Let's see. Am I live? Yeah, I'm live. Hit the thumbs up button. Waiting for me to join. But I think, I'm looking at it and it says waiting for join, but pretty sure I'm live. I gotta get set up here. I'll put this on just one sock. Throw the other sock in there. And this, I'm gonna get rid of this. This doesn't need to come over here. We're gonna put this back here. I'm back in New Jersey. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Joe. I literally have done nothing to prepare for this. And usually when I say I did nothing, I do something. But the only thing that I have in my notes, there's two things, and I didn't even log it in. It says NXPI on Evercore is an Evercore top pick, and ERF for Brian on Facebook. That's it. So essentially, we're running completely on scans today. Just some scans. Let's take a look at, we're going to refresh this. Okay, 412. Today is 413. Okay. Sweet. I am up. Wow. QQQ has turned over. I smell cookies. I think it's my my windscreen smells like cookies. Here, this has been, let's go to the strategy tester and the 65-minute. Has SQQQ been a good one? Not really. You got a 2% gain there, but you've had two losses. You're still in this one at $30. You're up at $31.71. So, you know what's holding up is Cleveland Cliffs. Apple's holding on to the 160. Amazon broke down below 100. Boeing's holding on to the 200. Bank of America still hadn't come up to 29. Costco got killed under 500. Disney under 100. Devon still holding on that 54 for some reason. Google hanging on to 100. Goldman Sachs at that 130. Coke, but like I said, just wait for it to go under 60 again. Meta hasn't broken the 200. I thought it would, but Merck at 115. By the way, my window's open. We'll do a fucking live. Fuck it. We'll do it live. I got the window open, so I think it's going to be a little loud. I'll close the windows when I start to do the, because it's the 55 and older community. So if I do this with the window open, the power walkers that you see outside in every 55 and older community. I mean, I gotta stop making fun of these people. I'm one of them. 52. If you haven't seen it, I was watching the 100-foot wave. I think it's on HBO, which just had a big. You know what? I gotta bring that up. WBD name change. And I don't think that this is enough of a cushion. I think I may need a second sock. Hold on. I need a second sock. Oh, let's get a second sock. I gotta set. I'm trying to make it so when I bang on it, you don't hear anything, but we're gonna put those two there. That should be enough. Oh, but then I can't. I don't want to balance this damn thing. Let's do this. Let's put one on each side. There we go. Now, let's see if it's a little bit better. Okay. WBD name change. I gotta bring that up. Okay, let's do the market scanner. We're gonna go to, and I do have 2 people who signed up for TrendSpider who I need to include. CrowdStrike crossed up. That's a secondary cross up, I think. Yeah, that's gonna be a secondary cross up. Let's look at core investments. I'm gonna bring up LICY. Because LICY, Zephan said it was going to 4. It went to 6. I think it went to 6. Let me look. Let's look at LICY. I don't think it went to 6. It definitely went to 5. I saw it go to 5. This is the 4 hours, so this is, it went to 449, 550. Okay, we'll say 550. We won't exaggerate. You can round up and say it went to 6. I hope he got in. Was a press release of AI powered eyewear. That's all it was. By the way, if you guys haven't hit the thumbs up, make sure you subscribe. I think there's 6 people in here now, but we'll get more in here, and I'll say it again. Okay, nothing in the core investments, which is interesting. Let's see about energy names. NXE. NXE. This has been a good one, I think. ALB. Although I just saw that silicon will replace lithium. I did. So I was watching a video on renewable batteries, and Albemarle might not be the great play that everyone thought it would be, because silicon is supposed to replace lithium. Uvixi is interesting. 424. Is this one finally getting some love? Kind of divergence there. You got a downward trending stock price. You've got a MACD that's kind of putting in something, but you're seeing double bottom right there. I mean, that's clear. It's broken the double bottom, but a little bit below it. Okay, levered ETFs, low cost Vanguard. Bum, bum, bum. Nothing in low cost Vanguard. Spider sectors. XLI. And not owned. Let's look at my own private one. You know, I was traveling yesterday, Christian. I couldn't see it all. I listened to as much as I could. But I did not hear it all. What I did see, though, which was pretty incredible, is the guy's still so sharp. I mean, he still knows what he's doing at his age. That's what's crazy. And can, you know, oh, here comes the trash. You guys are going to hear the trash. I'll close the window, like I said, when I start the podcast, but let's look at the Dow 30. Nothing in the Dow 30 crossed up. Let's look at the NASDAQ 100. trash guy. And he's coming back because he's got to do the other side of the road. Oh, this is interesting. ADP, Dexcom. We talk about Dexcom a lot. I like Dexcom. I just think it's not going to break that 120. CPRT. What's I know the symbol. I don't know the name. Copart. Wow, look at that chart. CPRT. Let's look at this one. I love. Yeah, he hasn't changed what he's eaten since he's morning, Brian. Yeah, he said eats hot dogs and string cheese and Cokes and the whole thing. This is an interesting one. This is a great chart. The average target price is 81. It's at 76. They've gotten it right. They're going to have to raise theirs. Sales at 23. That's an option exercise. Sale at 69. So this dude optioned, got his shares at 23, sold it close to 70. It's coming off 115. Let's look at this chart. Let's look at the long term. Let's look at the daily. This is gonna come back and fill that gap, I bet. Interesting gap fill, maybe. I like that one. He was. I liked. He said, he got it. I like how just personable that guy is, Buffett. I mean, the guy's a genius too. Okay. Enphase, we talk about a lot. I think that one's coming back to over 200. Fastly, Fastenal. It's kind of pretty good wedge going on there. Let's look at the S&P, and then we'll go down to the energy to see if anything. Brian, I got your stock too. ERF. I was looking at it. Not that I love it. I think there's better places, but I'll take a look at it. CL. Colgate Palmolive. Oh, it's over its 200 day. If you want a consumer cyclical, you can get it. You got this gap up here at 81. It'll get back up there. I mean, this isn't one that's super expensive. It's not super exciting. This is kind of like Coke. Oh. Why can't I type CL? PE of 30. I mean, it's expensive, God. But they just print money. 71 seems to be where everybody's. Recent, that's February. I don't know why you'd sell at 71, but meh. 71 to 76, not a huge thing. Colgate Palm. Okay, that's the only one in the S&P 100. Wow. Let's move it down to energy. And then I'm going to take off this heavy sweatshirt, close the windows. BORR, we talked about that one. The board drilling. This has been a hype play, I think. Rig, we talked about on the pullback. I don't think it's done pulling back, though. I mean, you saw the pullback here right after earnings, and then you saw the jump. I just seem to think that 200-day at 574 is going to pull it down. We can talk about it because RIG goes below 200-day. CEI, not REI, Camber. This is one that has been a retail favorite. And you can see the reverse split, 1 for 50. Okay, you woke everybody up. There you are. You got everybody up. Okay, go lay into bed. Go on. I'll be right back. I'm going to shut the window and we're going to get this shit started. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. I think I'm good enough. I can wing it. Ugh, let me get the dog's bed. Hold on 1 second. Okay. What do you want? Do you want to go under? Okay. There you go. Go into bed, Penny. Into bed, Penny. Oh. Put on this shirt. Close these windows a little. Okay. Now it's a little bit better. Okay. Oh, I hate this guy. Okay. Where am I going to go? I should start recording. Okay. What I'm going to start doing is posting the just the podcast. I'll do the live, but I'm going to post the podcast as a video. So if you guys start like tuning in live, or if you want to just watch the podcast, I'm going to start doing that as a regular video, just because I figured out OBS and how to okay, hold on. I'm getting a hospital update on somebody that I know who is. Okay. Physically at least 3 months before knee replaced again. Oof. She had her knee replaced and there were infections and fun times as you get older. Let's see. Sorry about that pop. Okay. I can't move the camera way up. It's good that you can't see. You can hear my as one viewer kind of says, "Oh my God, he's got the mouth noises again." Enjoy my mouth noises. That's what I say. Okay. It's Thursday, April 13th. I'm going to do this. Start recording. Good morning. It's Thursday, April 13th, and I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing today. I did no preparation other than scans. So all you're getting today are scans. Scans and sponsorships. Because remember, if you pay more than $30 for your phone service, there's a link below to get visible service. I've been traveling. I was in Chicago for the women's Mexico team against the Chicago women's team, and that was a good game. Then last night the night before I was at Tuesday night. I was in Houston for the Mexican team versus the Houston team, which was a good game too. I liked both. I mean, I only get to watch the second half. So where are we as far as SPY, DJI, blah, blah, blah? You can see QQQ is having that downturn. It's having that, like that little hook that I talk about in my algorithm. You can see almost all of them have too. SPY is starting to get that. It's getting a little bit stretched. If we look at the 4-hour algorithm on SPY, you're still in it, but you might get that button hook. You just might. It's still uncertain, but as we're above the 200-day, I think it pulls back to the 200-day. 408, we've talked about 4,000 is kind of this mean line, if you will, where it's just kind of sitting. It is what it is. One stock that I wanted to point out, LICY. This is a great example of how you can make money quickly in this market. LICY, I think it was Tuesday morning when I was at the hotel and I was doing the live recording. Zephan pointed out, hey, this one's going to 4. And I think it was at 350 or something at that time. Zephan was right. It went up to 550. And if we go on the 65-minute algorithm here, and LICY, I'll explain exactly what it is, and you'll be shocked. But this, essentially, it got you in here at about $1.41. Nobody would have known that $1.41. I mean, look at that volume. Look at that, just upward momentum of the MACD. There is nothing in this that would have made you buy it at $1.70, $1.40, something like that, and get that 140% gain. No way you would have done that. No way, no how, nothing. Essentially, when you look in FinViz, and this is what we were doing live, LICY. Essentially, we went to the big movers. It was and I'll take you over there on this. Pre-market movers. I have this. It's investing.com, and you can look at investing.com. Oh, wow. I'm not going to look at it. But essentially, we saw LICY up there. And then we went over and said, well, why is it doing that? Well, we saw Innovative Eyewear. Essentially, they did a PR newswire, how they are integrating ChatGPT into their eyewear. That's it. They didn't do anything other than a freaking press release, and it went to 550. So it's a good way of how you can make money. If you go to investing.com, you look at that list. I got to sign in. I'm not going to do it live, but I got to sign in. Investing.com, great pre-market movers. You can see them. They move a lot. There's a lot of stocks that move. That's how you can make money on this stuff. But it's all 100% just hype. That's what it was. But I wanted to give Zephan a shout out because if he put money into that one because he thought it was going to 5 or something, I think that's a great play. Let's take a look at NXPI. Is an Evercore top pick. That's what they're saying. Now I got to sign in. But Evercore, NXPI, Evercore called it a top pick. It is a semiconductor company. So my particular pick in semis is not NVIDIA. I like Qualcomm a little bit more. NVIDIA is just a little too expensive. But what I saw when they announced that this was an Evercore top pick, I saw this kind of move downwards. I mean, look at that 4-hour info chart right there. You can look at on FinViz, all of the fundamentals. It's a little bit high, nothing crazy. I mean, look at that PE at 16. It's not crazy, nothing nuts. Because when we go to NVIDIA, which is the semiconductor king, look at the PE. It's 152. So 16 is not crazy. One that I like better, Qualcomm. QCOM, PE is 11. Dividend of 2. It's up 9% year to date. Hasn't performed as well as the others, but they've got self-driving cars. I think they've got the 5G chips. I think they're doing the best. So I think that one's... Brian wanted me to look at ERF. I have no freaking clue what ERF is, but I found out it's an energy company on the 4-hour. It looks like the 1411 on March 22nd was the buy-in. You're at 1537. So if you traded this one, great trade. Fantastic trade. Right now, the RSI is up at 60. The MACD is up above the oscillator line. Meanwhile, the 200-day has turned negative. The 50-day looks like it's already negative, hasn't turned around, but the 9 and the 21 have turned around. So if this one is one that's going to move, the 50-day is probably going to continue to move up to that 200-day, or the 200-day is going to continue to move down with the 50-day. Just not sure which. If we go over here to FinViz and we look at some of the fundamentals, it's got a PE of 4. It's an energy company, so of course it's got a PE of 4. 1.43% dividend. Year to date, it's down 12%. For 1 year, you're up 15%. The average price target is $18.48. The most recent downgrade from Scotiabank. Scotiabank seems to be the only one covering this one. But you can read some of the articles. They're an oil driller. There's no insider stuff. For me, energy space, I'd probably stick with the big guys just because I don't know the energy space. Where am I putting my money? Am I comfortable in ERF, or am I comfortable in XOM, or comfortable in Chevron? Am I comfortable in PXD? Talked about PXD. They're in talks with Exxon to actually sell their company to Exxon, and Exxon's got a ton of cash. The average target price is $256. You're trading at $225. Is it crazy to think that you can get back up there? Nah, you were just up there in November. But 256. Do you think that they're going to, offer 300, 350? They're going to have to offer something a little bit more than 256, I think. So if Exxon is going to buy them, I'd probably take a look at that. Here's the killer for PXD. Your current dividend yield is 12%. Year to date, you're up 0.71. So ERF was down 15%. This one's up 0.71. Over 1 year, you're only up 2%, though. So timeline matters. Timeline 100% matters. I just don't know enough about ERF. I would say, for me personally, I'm not putting my money in there. I'm sticking with what I know, and I'd probably feel comfortable with the bigger ones. Warner Brothers. We talked about this one when I talked about Netflix and Paramount and things of that sort. Warren Buffett was on CNBC yesterday, and they asked him, well, why'd you put money into Paramount? Do you think something's big? He said, hey, it's just streaming's going to do well. And they said, well, do you think that the stock's going to do well? And he said, we'll wait and see. But it's a big position for him. I think Warner Brothers, with David Zaslav as the CEO, he was online yesterday all over with some news. Me in particular, I get HBO for free. I don't know too many people who are paying for it. If you have an AT&T phone, if you have an AT&T home service, I have gig service at my house in Atlanta, so I get HBO for free. Plus, I know a bunch of people sharing passwords, and there's a lot more people sharing passwords there than there are on Netflix. So they're going to have to crack down. I have a feeling they will crack down. May is when they go to the new name. It is simply called Max. HBO is going away. So it is simply called Max. It did not have a good reaction to this yesterday. You can see the buy-in was back on March 28th. You're out of it now. Completely out of it. So if you want to get in on the 65-minute, then run the 65-minute algorithm. This would probably be a great trade. Look at that drop. You're down at 1407. In pre-market, you're up 1% at 1422. But you can see here in the 65-minute, going all the way back to January, you've got a huge range, not even a huge range, a very tight range, between about 1350 and 1560. So if you think that Max and their strategy is going to do well, and I do, at $14, I don't think it's a bad play. But that came up. Now let's do some scans, since that's pretty much all I have. CrowdStrike had a cross-up. This is not in our core portfolio. I personally own this one. It's a secondary cross-up. 127 on April 10th was the initial cross-up. It's at 135. If this is the start of the second leg up, which because the cross-up happens here, I think you might be good on this one. This might be actually a good play. I own both PanW, which is Palo Alto Networks, and CrowdStrike. Personally, I own both. I just didn't want to pick a winner. I thought those two were the best. They are expensive. Understand, CrowdStrike, they are not making money, so it is 100% a gamble. Year to date, they're up 28%. Their forward PE is 44. You have an average price target of 173, and you're trading at 135. So I think it's worth the gamble. It had a cross up. It's a good one. NextGen Energy, which is one of the energy names that we follow, it had a cross up yesterday on the 4 hour. On the 65 minute, it got a cross up. It wound up just selling out. It's at $3.75. This is one that I think we've put in the in there because it does have some fluctuation. I think it's a better trading opportunity. It's a uranium play. It's a better trading opportunity than it is an actual investment in my mind. And you can see down here, it's typically gone from $3.60 back up to $5. So past performance is not indicative of future performance. And a great one of that is the truck company. Oh God, I forget their name, but I posted it yesterday on Twitter. And it's basically the one where Trevor Milton pushed the truck downhill. And they never had a working truck. Blah, blah, blah. They're down at 99 cents. This was a $100, $200 stock, and they're at 99 cents because they're just crap. Lithium, Albemarle, ALB. This had a cross up at 205. This was a complete hype trade. You can see some gaps up here between 278, 314. There's gaps all over. I actually read, or I saw a video online, I think from CNBC, about how silicon is going to replace lithium in batteries because they can double the mileage of EVs. So this one, I think you might be looking at a little bit of a slip here if the future of the technology is not lithium, it is silicon. So Albemarle might be a risky play at this point. We talk about the VIX all the time, having an opportunity to go up. UVIXY and SVIXY are the plays. UVIXY, when the VIX goes up, UVIXY. Short VIX is SVIXY, SVXY. But UVIXY had a cross up here on the 4 hour, $4.30. I like to trade this one on the 65-minute algorithm. Again, if you want any of my algorithms, sign up for TrendSpider. Send me just a message with the email address that you signed up with. I will share all of the algorithms that I have, the 4 hour, the 65-minute, the watch lists, all of the scans that I do, everything. But UVIXY, $4.30. The next ones are triple levered ETF. First one is HIBS. Oh, why can't I type? HIBS, which is the S&P beta bear 3 times. This one had a cross up here. I mean, you can see it's just kind of floundering. I don't know that I'd necessarily play this one. It was at $5.51. It's gotten you in. It's gotten you out. We're kind of in this just no man's land. So I don't know that I'd necessarily play any of these triple levered ETFs until we get a clear indication of where the market's going. XLI, this is part of the Spider Sector funds. This is industrials, and XLI, $100.11. I don't think it's a bad play. You can see back here in the October lows, you were down around 80. That's a great play. If you played industrials and now you're at $100, great play. I mean, fantastic play. With solar and energy, Enphase technology. If you have solar, if you looked into solar, you know Enphase are those little, I think you have to have them on your solar. They turn DC to AC. I forget. I'm not an engineer, but you have to have these things, and they are fantastic. I say anything under 200 on this one, I think you're doing well. I think I said, even here, anything under 240, you're good. This is just a company that, in my mind, you buy and hold. It is super expensive. They're growing into their actual valuation, but the PE right now is 71. Forward PE is 26. Year to date, you're down 26% because this one just flew last year. Your average target price is $293. If we look at some of the insider stuff, they're selling around 300. The most recent sales back in March were at 214. They sold $1 million. The big one was the president CEO that sold December at 327. Well, you're trading under 200 now. Great trade for him. Great sale. Fantastic sale. I don't see a lot that are selling here. Richard Mora sold about $1 million worth. Probably needed just, take the pool cover off. That's what he paid somebody to take the pool cover off. But you can see, the price targets are up there, and this is just getting hurt. I think you'll see some pretty good movement out of this one, but I wouldn't trade it. I'd probably buy and hold it. I don't own this one. I do own it in QCLN, which is the ETF that I own for clean energy. QuantumScape. This is another battery company, $7.68. You can see that downward wedge, but it's putting in that bottom down there at 698. If you wanted to buy this at 758, I would probably have some fairly good stop losses, because if it breaks this, you're looking at probably the January lows at about $5. So if you're going to trade that one, but again, the 4-hour has a $7.68 buy-in. Next one is a payroll company, and I like ADP. I get my pay stubs from ADP for the company that I work for with MLS. 216.81. Again, if you get your payroll through ADP, I think it's a good one. You got this gap up here at 233. You do have this descending wedge, but it's put in that bottom right there. I don't know that you're continuing down, but I like that gap fill up there, because I think the 200-day, the 200-day and the 50-day are still moving down. I think if you see the 9 and the 21 start to move upward quickly, I think, taking that 220. Again, if you want ADP, it's a pretty good stock. When you look at it, it's fairly expensive for what it does. Its PE is 28. It's got a 2.3% dividend. It's down 10% year to date, 10% over 1 year. The average price target is 243. So 215 is where the stock is at. But again, we're in this, as far as like payroll and things of that sort, is the economy turning around? Are we getting negative? Are we going to have a bad jobs number? Blah, blah, blah. I haven't paid a lot of attention, but ADP would be right in there. With diabetes, Dexcom, DXCM, we talked about this one. I got my dad out, I think, at 114. The price, the algorithm has you in at 116, just on the latest candle. 116. I think, this one has clearly, all the way since November, put in a channel between 100 and 120. It hasn't broken above that 120. And you can see there's a gap up here. Let me move this down. Gap up here between 119 and 122. And you can clearly see, if I just put this line over here, that's the top at about 125. It's got the top. I don't see anything with it. Last one, RIG, RIG. RIG is an energy company. This is the company that basically takes those ocean liners and moves oil. We talked about this one back here around earnings. I didn't believe that it was going to justify a $7 price target with the earnings that they were going to do, because I heard shipping was having some pricing issues, blah, blah, blah. They said that went all the way down to just under $5. $5.61 is just under 6. But it got down there. I said buy the dip. If you bought there down at 5s, you got to get out at close to 8, which is a great trade. But the algorithm didn't do well. I would probably, if you're looking at trading this one, I would trade it on the 65-minute, because it is putting in this range between about $5.50 and about $7.50. So if you can get in right now at about $6.75, that's right in the middle. I don't think you're doing anything poorly. I would just probably have a stop if it gets under about $6.50, because then I think you're getting down below $6. So that's it. Real short one today. Not much. But if you have any questions, hit me up. All of the links are down below. Remember, TrendSpider is the charting program that I use. Visible is the phone service that I use. I was on the road. I was able to hotspot. So essentially, when we were driving to the airport yesterday, I was trying to dump a stock. I forget which stock. I think it was DPST or something. I traded one of those triple levered ETFs just in the morning. And I said, before I get on the plane, I just want to dump it. I was able to hotspot from my computer to my phone, get on TrendSpider, say, okay, where is it in the 65-minute algorithm, blah, blah, blah. Able to do all the research while somebody else was driving. I was not driving, but it was all because of Visible and, hotspotting to my phone. So I really, really liked Visible. I was in stadiums with thousands of people. No degradation of service whatsoever. Still had 5G speed. So Visible's a sponsor. And then, of course, if you want any of the socials, any of the things, the link tree is down below. So if you have any questions, hit me up. I will be back tomorrow. I think I'm going to do tomorrow something about taxes if I come on. I think taxes are a big thing. I think, tax day is coming up. I think next week. I've already done my taxes. But how can you optimize your trading around taxes? Maybe I'll focus on something like that. And I'll just talk about my taxes is very personal. So there's nothing, I've had a couple of people ask me about, well, how do you trade around taxes and how do you know? It's all estimates. But it's super, super personalized. So there's no strategy that I can give you that I take that may work for you. You might not have the same tax situation. I don't have kids. I don't have a family. I don't have a lot of write-offs. I also don't have a lot of income. So I try and make sure that I'm optimizing based on taxes. And how do you do that? Well, it's through tax, Roth, IRAs, 401ks. And in your brokerage account, if you do want to trade, you got to understand short-term versus long-term. Short-term gains against long-term, taking some long-term gains, tax loss harvesting, which I did last year. Maybe I'll talk about that. So if you want to hear about that, just let me know. Hit me with a thumbs up, something like that. Okay, that's it. Take care. See ya. And stop recording. Boom. Okay, let me export this one. GarageBand, share, export song to disk. Nothing too exciting today. I'm going to move that over there. Morning, Larry. Dude. Oh. I think since I can't do a summary of what I did this week, maybe tomorrow might be tax day. Might be a good one. Oh, where's my Active Trader Pro? There we go. Okay. I got LICY up. Quick GarageBand. Save. We'll go over here. Anybody have any questions? I've had a long couple of days. Browse. Podcast. I got my dogs behind me too. Transition. Swapping tubes is always a good one. Hey, you know what? We'll do P-coat. We haven't done P-coat in a while. Christian, was Buffett's interview good? I think it was long too. I think he was on there for like 3 freaking hours, from what I understood. Let's see. We're gonna take this. I'm gonna sign it. I forget what I signed in. think I had. No. I had to have signed in. Free sign up. Okay, use strong password. Why not? Oh. 6. Let's do. I think I'd already signed up, but. Oh, come on. Man, I am hungry. I am waiting for breakfast. Oh, come on. Okay. 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 We're gonna. Oh, come on. Okay, so where is. No. Okay. There we go. Why am I getting this? Okay. Oh, man. Because Zephin, I gave you a shout out. Yeah, Brian. I'm 100% sure Trump cheated on his taxes. 100% sure. I'm trying to figure out this ad block situation. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm getting this. I'm getting ad blocks on my. Okay. Why am I seeing? I'm not seeing that. View. Where's my extensions? No. I want to quit the App Store. Bunny Mouth. Use extensions. Change out your. Okay, Safari settings. There we go. No, I don't want the control panel. I'm going to turn that off. Websites, there we go. Investing.com. Okay, I've got it there. Okay, let's do this. Let's close this. And we'll just go back to I've allowed it. Okay. Safari settings. Content blockers. Off. There we go. Now let's see. If we go, I don't know if all politicians do pre-market movers. There we go. Okay. Now I can see everything. But I got a ton of ads, so oh well. Let's see. Safari settings for investing.com. Nope. How did I do that? Setting for investing.com. There we go. No, I am not using your file settings. Autoplay. Never autoplay. Page zoom, content blockers, reader, microphone, pop-up windows, block and notify. Okay, there we go. Oh mother, why did I mess with that then? Let's see. Okay, now it's got it again. You know Lucy's going back to 6, Zephin. Sorry, sorry about that whole. That was just a notes. Okay, save episode. And I gotta upload the YouTube video. QQQ, PXD, SPY. I don't even look at SCW or DPST. I don't look at any of those. I should have done just core portfolio. LICY. NXPI. WBD. Scans below. Okay. Copy. No, Penny. I love you. 13, 23. Okay. I got... Okay. I am not even going to promote this. I gotta run. Dog needs to go outside. I will post just the podcast video. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll talk to you guys later.